If you had to get off the floor, no hands, no furniture, no assistance, could you do it easily? A lot of people, even if they go to the gym regularly, can't. In today's video, we're going to test whether you have both strength and flexibility in your lower body with these 5 moves that can test where you're currently at. I'm loving seeing now that people in their 40s are starting to build strength and going to the gym. A lot of the times though, they will neglect the flexibility and mobility side. When we're only training strength, we are going to be stiff and just as immobile. But when you have both strength and flexibility, everyday life becomes that much easier, and enjoying a happy and adventurous life is just that much more attainable to you. Give these moves a go. See if you could do all of them. And if you can't do any of them, I'm going to give you some tips on where you can start building both strength and flexibility. Move 1. Move 2. Move 3. Move 4. Move 5. So how did you go, fam? If you couldn't do any of them, don't worry, it's never too late to start strength and mobility training in your lower body. So I'm going to give you some tips on the simplest way to start. First off is just by simply seated onto the ground for at least 10 to 15 minutes in a day. You'd be surprised that just by sitting onto the ground, how much mobility work that you will get in, because you'll find that seated onto one position on the ground is going to start to get quite uncomfortable and quite sore, and it's going to force you to move into another position. So at the end of your day, I highly encourage you, get on the ground and chill out there on your phone, reading a book, whatever it is. Spend more time on the ground. Training in your end range strength. Our favorite strength move to begin with is the goblet squat, because it's the simplest one to do. It engages your core and it gets you to go down into your very end range. Single leg balancing work. A lot of the times we almost never do this, but it is one of the most important things that we need to work on for injury prevention, especially as we age. Because one thing that a lot of the elderly have accidents in is falls and trips. It's because they all have poor balance. So let's start working on our balance. Start spending more time or training bare feet. And even if that's a little bit too much, maybe you start training in barefoot shoes, because a lot of the times, a lot of the foot support that we have can actually restrict our movement. As best as you can, when you have the opportunity, spend more time bare feet. If you can't do it whilst you're working out or when you're going out, be barefoot at home. That's it, fam, for this video. Would love to hear how you went. Were you able to do any of them, or were you able to do none of them? We're never too old or never too late to start training anything. You just gotta know where to begin. Make sure you hit that like button on this video. Make sure you subscribe and you share this video with anyone who you think will get value out of it. All right, fam, thanks again for watching. Until our next video, have a great day. See you later.